Welcome to the Senior Compass Show today or this evening, and I am just super excited because we have Sharon Root from Lyon County Recycling here.
Yep.
And the cool thing is I'm always amazed at what I learn when she comes. And
it is kind of amazing. It's kind of a fun subject, though.
It is.
People don't think it's a big deal in the sense of it's probably boring, but it's not.
It's not. And it was funny because I was doing exercise class earlier before I came to record the show.
I knew I could feel the burn.
Yeah, you could feel the burn. And I said, oh, I get to go talk about garbage. And they looked at me like, okay. And I said, what are you up to? I said, just wait and see.
There you go.
So with that, welcome, Sharon.
Well, thank you, Barb. I'm glad you asked me to come and visit you. This is always a good chance for me to talk to folks about how the stuff they put in the recycling bins, what it can change into.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's basically what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, and I think it's always good, and I don't think everybody understands that just because something has a number on the bottom
doesn't mean you can put it in there. And that's for another, actually maybe another time we could talk about that.
We can touch on that one.
Because I do want to say to folks that if you're ever in doubt about something, make sure they call us, because unfortunately, Barb, things show up in the recycling that no way should be in there. Diapers.
Diapers?
Yes. Pet waste.
Ooh.
That kind of stuff shows up in the recycling, and it causes a lot of problems.
So you're saying you're not a compost site, you're a recycling center.
When you put stuff in your carts or in the drop-off spots that are around the county, that's just for recycling, not compost stuff. That's a whole nother thing. And you know, that the stuff that gets in the recycling that shouldn't be. It's one thing to be confused, Barb, about certain plastic things or whatever. That we understand that. That's totally understandable. But the diapers and the pet waste and food waste, rotten food stuff gets put in those carts. That's nasty.
So a good way to think of it, if you were the person picking up the recyclables, how would you like to be picking up the diapers and the pet waste?
Yes. And
it's truly not compost, but we're just making a point that that's not where it goes.
Right, and the reason I have a tendency to talk about that is because I know it happens enough that I want to make sure that folks, and I know they're very good about spreading that word for us too, because that's what it's about, is word of mouth, and by everybody helping everybody, because it is confusing at times. But there's certain things that, put it this way, shouldn't go in there, and it doesn't even.
Put it in your garbage.
Put it in the garbage. I like that. That's it. Put it in the garbage. So yes.
Not the recycling.
That's right.
So let's talk about basic recyclings, because I know sometimes people are just, oh, what can I do?
Yes. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to kind of start with just some of the basic things and kind of what happens to them, because I know sometimes before I got this job, I thought, well, whatever, you know, it can be made back into, say, a glass bottle. Okay. Okay, so that's cool, though, because I've seen the process on a video clip of how they do this, and it is actually really cool. But the glass bottles and jars from food and beverages only. And the reason I want to say that...
Food and beverages.
Only. Food jar. Not like perfume bottles, not like vases, not like bowls or cups, nothing like that. Just from food and beverages, okay? And then they get empty. Make sure they're empty. The covers get thrown. But these get crushed up.
Okay.
And they can be made into new bottles and jars, or in some cases, maybe it's going for fiberglass insulation. Maybe it's for that, or maybe aggregate in a road.
Okay.
So depending on the application, where it's going to, what factory, you know, what manufacturer it's going to, but just know glass bottles and jars are what go in there, and they can actually, when it goes to a factory that makes bottles and jars, this can be recycled continuously.
Wow, so we got to remember, it's drink or eat.
Yeah, those are the only kind of glass things.
Only kind of glass.
That's right. So that's, and then they can be made back into that, or like I said, fiberglass insulation.
It's kind of cool to think that we either re-drink or eat out of it.
That's a good way to put it.
We either drive on it.
Yeah, you could drive on the glass.
Or it keeps our house warm.
It keeps the house warm there. It is kind of cool when you think about it.
Really,
glass
really
is amazing.
Cool. Yep.
Aluminum cans, these can be recycled continuously. And what I think is cool about that, well, and make sure they're empty, you know.
Yep.
Excuse me, not only can they go into more cans, but they can go into baseball bats, aluminum baseball bats. They can go into plain parts. They can go into aluminum foil, pie tins, whatever. It's anything aluminum. And I think that's what's so cool about aluminum and glass too. It can be recycled continuously. So pop cans, pie pans, but make sure they're clean. You know, so like an aluminum tray, as long as it's clean, you know, because that's another, the contamination from food is another problem. Okay. So they need to be clean. They need to be clean.
And I think it's really cool. I was just thinking of the aluminum bats. So a lot of you may have grandkids out there that play baseball.
Oh, I know. That's what I tell kids.
Or great grandkids.
Yeah.
Look at your bat and think, how many cans did it take?
Well, like I tell the kids, when I tell the kids at school, the little kids, they love it because I'll say, if these cans can go into a baseball bat, I said, just imagine what your favorite kind of pop is. So if you have an aluminum baseball bat, the next time you hit a ball with it, you can say, oh, I'm hitting this with a root beer.
Yeah.
You know, so just
it was
so
the
they
root beer who did it.
Yes, right. That sinks into their heads. They can relate to that.
And that's really cool.
It is. Yeah. So now steel cans, basically the same thing. Anything back into steel, anything. I don't care if it's the frame for the cart that the camera's sitting on. Anything steel. More cans.
Can be recycled.
It can be into anything steel.
And again, it's steel cans from food.
Well, and
can you
beverage. Well, some beverage cans are steel cans too, but yeah, they don't really want any scrap metal. They don't want any cookware. Or they just want cans from foods and stuff. So and then that gets back. They melt that down like they do the aluminum, and there you go. It's amazing, and these can be recycled continuously.
It is.
Now the paper end of things, like when you put your paper in the recycling, whether it's newspaper, office paper, envelopes, calendars, like I do my calendars, only make sure that if it's got the binding, I take the binding off.
What about glossy calendars?
They can go in there too, okay?
Good point.
Yes. Or if you have macaroni and cheese boxes, okay? Cake boxes. What you can put in there though are like frozen pizza boxes, frozen dinner boxes, ice cream cartons. Let's see, what am I thinking? Those things that were in the refrigerator or freezer.
Why? I think I know why.
That's got a coating on it that makes it different, so that if there's not a market that wants them in the area, it's not.
You can't recycle
nobody
them.
wants them then. Not that somewhere they can't be. See, that's the thing.
Just right here
in your own program, area, you need to do.
We cannot recycle them in this area.
So we can put cake boxes, macaroni and cheese boxes, cereal boxes, cracker boxes, and as long as the lining is out. And you know.
It's a good way to think of it.
It is. If
it goes in the fridge or freezer, it's not recyclable.
Then don't
put it on the shelf, recycle it.
Exactly. And when they do regular paper recycling, which paper can be, they figure about 7 times before it loses the
saving
fiber
a few trees along the way.
Yes. So I just have to, not only do they make new paper that we can, you know, for copiers and stuff, but I love to have some of the fun stuff. So my sister bought me this. It's a coloring book. An activity book that's made with
green. It says.
Recycled paper, and it's also printed with the soy ink. So at least you know. So this is just one of those things that when you're out there shopping, folks, or like they have too, like greeting cards. Oh, the kids always like this greeting card. So when you're buying greeting cards, look on the back and see, because there's a lot of them that have recycled paper in them now. In fact, I want to find the one I have, Barb. Somebody gave me a card, or I bought it, that says this card is made out of your garbage. And I can't find where I put that card.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Yeah, it is. It's cool. But anyway, just remember they can do cards, they can do coloring books, they can actually do, I love this set too.
Yep.
A plate and a napkin out of recycled paper. Oh, and I want to mention though too, no tissues, no paper plates, no napkins, no paper towels in the recycling.
Yes.
Okay? That's where people too, sometimes they think anything if it's paper.
So let's hit that again. These are made from recycled.
Right, recycled
but we
paper.
Don't put them in recycling.
No, they don't go in the recycling at this point. No.
And not paper towels.
No, and not tissues, and those end up in the recycling quite often too.
Oh, I bet.
And it's kind of yucky when you think about it.
Yeah.
Now, it would be different if you had your compost pile.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Now we're going to talk about. I gotta ask you, Barb, and I know you probably know this already.
Maybe I don't.
I think you do. Now this is a very soft piece of carpet, right? Mm-hmm. This is a very soft T-shirt, right? Mm-hmm. What do you think they used to be, or part of it used to be?
Cotton. No.
Well, part of it's recycled to cotton. Yes.
Plastic. Plastic.
This. Yes.
Yep. Plastic.
Now, this is the kind of thing that can be recycled. No, we don't put these in the recycling. but it's made from the plastic bottles you put in your recycling.
Okay, so the plastic bottles become...
Yes, and I got to show you something. This is just quickly before
This is so cool.
Before we go into some other things, because I want them to realize, now when they take the plastic bottles to a factory, okay, they shred them up into little pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, this is...
Can you see that? See the little pieces?
It almost looks like glass, but it's plastic, like maybe from Mountain Dew bottles and whatever kind of pop bottles.
It reminds me if someone had a glass and they dropped it on a tile floor and it shattered
but that's
pieces.
Plastic. Then they melt it down in these little beads.
It's the bean bags.
The bean bags have styrofoam.
I know, but it reminds me of the little bean bag chairs.
Yes.
These are actually square instead of round.
Oh, I never even looked at that.
They're actually
they're kind of more of the squared off. But anyway, they can take those and they can either make new plastic, like bottles for cleaners or other plastic items.
Wow.
Or when they extrude it, I was thinking and I don't know if that's what it is, but I think of like a shower head with little holes in it.
Yep.
And they push that through, the hot plastic through. And when it comes through, then it turns into, it cools, it turns into fiber.
Oh, it's really, really soft.
Yes, and that's what makes the carpet, the t-shirts. You might have, actually, the stuffing in my little friend over here.
Look at that, giraffe, Mr. Green.
He's stuffed with pop bottles. And like I told the kids, I said, now would you hug your pop bottles? No. But would you hug him? Yes. Because he's very soft. Now he doesn't go in the recycling either.
No.
But you know what I mean? The things that we are talking about naturally are things that can be made from recycled things.
Products.
And I just think he's so cute. And the kids love him. In fact, they want him all the time.
I bet.
But that's, like I told them, I said, no, I have to take him and show him to other kids. You can't. You can't have him. I know you love him, but you can't have him.
Yeah.
So, and I love these toothbrushes. Okay, now these toothbrushes, when I say to the kids, and they say, oh yeah, they're made of plastic. I said, you're right. But these particular ones happen to be made out of yogurt cups. So the kids, plastic yogurt cups. So the kids love, and then never any, there's usually at least one in the class that'll say, kindergarten kids, and they'll go like this. I can smell strawberries. I can smell grapes. So inevitably, but the kids get it, that something can turn into something else. They may not understand the process. I don't understand the process all the time, but.
And they don't smell.
No, they don't. I told them, I said, if you can actually smell those, I said, you're good. Now, see, some more plastic stuff, and then we'll be better. I suppose we better move along.
I love that dish set.
Oh my gosh,
for little
Barb.
kids.
I'm gonna see. No, excuse me. I'm on camera, but I'm kind of like being. Let's see.
It's just a little play set.
This is fun to do. This is a play set. Now it comes with 4, and I'm going to tell you guys something. There's a site. It's called Green Toys.
Oh,
they're made in San Francisco.
Okay.
That dish set is a service for 4, but they have tea sets. They have trucks. They have the coolest things, and these are made out of like your laundry soap jugs, your milk jugs. Okay. I'm like, I want to be a kid again because those are so fun. Cool. Those are so cool.
And fun colors.
Yes, and all the toys on that site are just bright and cool. And
that's
here,
cool.
We'll kind of
we'll set them here. We're good.
Yes, we're good. There's just so many things, Barb, and this is only a smattering of what actually is out there.
This is just, truly a tip of the iceberg. But it's fun to see where things go.
Yes, it's fun. And I'm going to set him over here because you can still see him, I think. You can see my little friend.
Yes.
Yes. And anyway, this piece of, it's like plastic lumber. And this is a very old sample. This was made in Worthington.
Worthington, wow.
Now, this picture of this bench in here, Barb, they might not be able to see it, but it's a bench.
Is this the same stuff they use for decking type of?
Yeah, they can use it for decking. That bench that's on that picture, that has been sitting outside at the courthouse since probably 1990, I'm going to say 7.
97.
And it looks the same as when it got set there.
Because of the recycled.
Well, it's good quality stuff they make. I mean, not that you can get cheap quality of anything.
Yeah.
Whether it's brand new, not recycled stuff or recycled.
Yeah.
You have to make sure you check the quality out. And then plus that bench is braced well.
Yep.
And you have to brace wood too, because if
Yes.
you don't, it starts to warp. So it's the same thing, but this is very nice stuff.
And you said this is made in Worthington.
Yes, in Worthington.
So that's not far.
That's the thing. Folks need to realize that there's quite a few companies in Minnesota that use recycled feedstock to make things, and I love that. Now this one I think this company is not anymore that I can find, okay, but there are still a couple companies that make a product, countertop and stuff out of what this is made from, and I love this one because the kids never get this, the little ones. What does it sound like it might be made out of?
Stone.
It's made out of paper.
Paper.
Now, there are companies that are still making that. This particular one sample, which is fairly old, was actually made in Minnesota.
Right.
Okay.
But we're currently not finding a place in Minnesota, but you know the process is still being made.
Yes, there's a company called Richlight that makes, and there's a company called Paperstone, and they make countertops out of paper, and I'm like, wow. They're
beautiful.
It's beautiful. And this is just two colors, and you know, it could be another color.
The array is, yeah. It's just a sampling.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me, right?
Yes.
So now, here, let's jump back to some plastic quick, just because I want to show you this. This is a railroad tie made out of old plastic stuff.
Oh, wow.
Now, they actually have been using those as part of a railroad tie.
Wow.
I'm like, oh my gosh. How could anybody think of that?
I cross the railroad track every day. I'm really gonna. I'm gonna get out one day. I'm gonna get out one day and check it.
Yeah, and see if it happens to be that. It may not be in our area.
I know.
Yet. Yeah, but you can check.
I can check.
That's right.
And it's gonna be interesting because I know someone will be listening and they'll ask me. So I really do have to remember.
See, and that's what's fun about this is that it gets conversation going.
Right.
There's no doubt about that. Now, okay. These two rulers are made with some recycled plastic, and you can tell that, you know, naturally.
Yes.
But like I tell the kids, this one has got yellow pages from the phone book in it.
Oh, yeah, that's a clue.
And this one is made out of old money, recycled plastic and old currency. And
anybody want to buy this?
Yeah, exactly. And kids are, why would you recycle money? And well, there again, we know as adults that if you have some old bills and you take it to the bank and they give you new stuff, the federal government used to have to destroy it all. Now they have contracts with some companies and they're using it. Like this brochure is made out of money.
Okay.
This is recycled currency.
Wow.
So when you think about it,
of course it is. Look at that.
Yeah, it's just isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's really cool.
I mean, my piggy bank is made out of recycled plastic and money.
And
there's
money.
3 pennies in there. I tell the kids. They say, how'd you get them out? And I said, well, it does come apart, but we don't take it apart. Because, I mean, it's not one of those, it's good, but if you keep taking it apart all the time, it's probably not going to stay together anymore.
Yes.
Picture frame made out of money and plastic.
Wow.
I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me, right? Oh.
And that's a good thing. I think that's so interesting, especially with the economy today and understanding. And we all know that money gets old and they have to do something. They have to replace it. And so it's just funny to think that you can.
Yeah, well,
you can have these things that are
useful items instead of having it thrown in the trash.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, maybe not. You know, like, but how many? We do use rulers.
Oh,
why not? Why not use something that's already been used to make something new that's very useful?
Right.
I mean, these are very useful items.
Right.
And it's made out of something that, you know. And I said, yeah. Oh, and then I had the. I've got a couple pencils here. One of them made out of the denim out of blue jeans, which we don't put blue jeans, we don't put any clothes in the recycling.
Yep, we don't take that here.
No, no clothing, in which, you know, and that doesn't go in recycling either. Bring, you know, clothing to the thrift store, the Goodwill type thing, stuff like that, but not in the recycling. Now, these pencils are made out of currency. So you can write with your money, you can save your money in your money, you can measure with your money.
You can put family in your money.
It's like, it's so cool. It really, it helps me to realize things are not just all garbage.
Right.
You know, it's not all garbage. So that's what's the cool thing about it.
Because we always automatically think, oh, we're done with it, throw it away.
Throw it away. And we're all guilty of that to a point. You know, and to a point, it's, unfortunately, and there's certain things I know sometimes too, it's like sometimes people, any of us can have that, well, somebody else might be able to use it. And maybe it's really not any good anymore, but we have a tendency to think, oh, somebody might be able to use it.
Right.
And that's not always the case, you know, but
Right.
waste, I mean, we look at, we don't want to waste things.
Right.
So it's nice to know that some of the stuff that could go back into new stuff, and I love
Right.
that. This is just one sample of a tile made out of recycled glass. And you know what else? There's one company that was making them. I don't know, and I imagine they still are. I don't know if this company still does. This particular sample, and I've got a couple other ones, so it comes in different, but it's made out of recycled porcelain from old toilets and sinks and bathtubs. Now, there you go. But you can't put those in a recycling bin either. But there are places in the country that can use that, and then they come up with that. And I'm like, how cool is that?
Absolutely.
Imagine having that on my bathroom counter. I'd love that.
Yeah, it's
and
really
be able to say that, you know, that's what it's about, and there are so many cool things.
You could say you replaced your toilet, and look what you got out of it.
Oh, you might not want to lay your toothbrush on the counter because that's from the toilet. No, anyway, you know, but it's so cool what they can do.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and they truly go through a whole process.
Oh yeah, it's a whole process, and people say, oh, that's kind of gross. No, it's clean.
Yeah.
They would not. I mean, it's the process is, you know, it's crushed up and it's clean. It's so there's no
so sanitized that
it's probably, like I tell the kids,
so pretty. It's just really,
probably
really
cleaner
pretty.
than you are.
Yeah.
You know, when you think about kids,
when you go through that and the heat that they use. And,
yes, because I mean, and I totally understand that too, because before I was realizing how the processes went, I was like, oh yeah, but they do it so that it's and just, you know, it's just like when we drink water. That water's been here since the beginning.
Right.
So, but it gets cleaned and filtered, and you know, it's kind of
it's the same thing.
It's the same kind of thing, you know.
Right.
But okay, I know. Let's talk about a couple of these things, because we're talking about, it's not really so much recycling, Barb, right? Is it reusing?
Right.
And that's oh, the talented people in this world amaze me with their craft. I can't, if it doesn't go on with Velcro, or I can't glue it on or pin it on, and it's not going to happen. So this bag was crocheted with old shopping bags.
Old shopping
and
bags.
I have the pattern that I brought with me, so that I was going to, so that I can give it to you, Barb, and your ladies at the senior center. In fact, one of the senior centers, actually Minneota ladies, were going to make some of these for sale in their for the senior center. And I thought, wow, this takes a long time. I'm like, are you kidding me, Sharon?
Yeah, you got to cut them in strips and then
and then you have, it's like it's like same as with those bread bags. I love it.
Look at,
I love that.
This is a recycled rug.
I love it.
Bread bags.
Yes.
Purposely got some colors.
Yes, I love that. No, and
it can be washed, but you can't dry it.
You can't dry it.
Perfect for in a garage.
Oh
Takes
gosh,
off the debris.
Yes. Now, can people buy those ones too in town here at the senior center?
We've got a couple at the senior center. Yep.
Oh gosh, I gotta be
There's a gal in town who makes them, so
See, that's the thing, and I know so many of the ladies out there are such crafty people, so it's not like these are new for them, because they're like, well, we've been doing it
for years.
But the thing is, not everybody realizes that
it's right here.
It's right here.
Yeah.
Plus, people even some of the younger generation, they need to start knowing those old ways, so to speak, and to have useful items that are cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Oh, I love that kind of stuff.
Very, very cool. Where are we going?
Well,
how about this?
This I actually, because I bought this, it's
paper.
It's old paper. Or it's recycled or paper that and then they braided it.
You can tell it.
Yeah, and actually I don't know if that's Japanese or Chinese, but because it's not English. Isn't that cool?
Really cool?
Isn't that cool? I'm like, oh my gosh, the talent.
Really cool.
But it's a useful item, and they braided that paper.
And it's very sturdy when I pick it up. It's not like it's...
Yes, so you could use it for various things at the house, you know.
Yeah.
Storage. That bag is recycled juice pouches.
Oh, yes.
Or, not recycled juice pouches, but,
You know, perfect time to talk about juice pouches. School starting. recycle your juice pouches. Look at this.
Yeah, and you can't put the juice pouches in the recycling though.
Okay, can't put them in the recycling. Let's get that. But if you have a friend who's really creative.
Yes, definitely.
And I even think of this like if the kids are running to activities or sports, what a perfect.
Yeah, and you could make them yourself. I happened to buy that one a number of years ago. I think some ladies in, I'm not sure if it was the Philippines or where it was at, that they made those. And so anyway, just so
cool.
Just so they know too, when you said about, now this is going to be something that they need to call about.
Yep.
Juice boxes, broth boxes, cartons from milk, you can put those in the recycling now. They need to be drained out well. If there's a straw with the juice box, then that has to be thrown, okay? Okay. So what I need them to do, Barb, is I'm going to leave information. Well, I didn't bring it with me, but her and I, I can email her stuff so that the folks can have that and know, and then have our number so they can call. Because when in doubt, check.
Call.
Because it's, but they can do stuff. I was just going to say, this happens to be made from some of the cartons, like milk cartons. It's like sheetrock type stuff.
Oh.
So they can do that kind of stuff with that.
Wow.
I love it. I mean, just because it can be recycled in some places doesn't mean every place. So that's why it's important for people to check before they throw it in. Now,
and I think that's really critical, because you can have a kid, son, daughter, living in the cities. And what they can recycle can be so different than what we can do here. Or your kid says, "Oh, you can recycle that because we recycle." You say,
not here. And actually, we can do quite a bit more here than they can even up in some of those bigger areas.
So it's really interesting. So if you're unsure, I think that's a very helpful hint. Give you guys a call.
Give us a call, because it helps us, and plus it's just word of mouth is one of the biggest things. Advertising is expensive. And we do some advertising. But word of mouth is what really helps too.
Question for you on that. So we're talking about what you can and cannot put into the recycling bin. Now, is it still a case that if they get something in there and the whole lot gets contaminated, do they have to discard it, or have they improved that process?
Well, it depends on the level. It's like
if this is going probably for a drink, it has to be probably a different level than if it was going for insulation.
Right. But it's that's why it's important to put because they can turn on a whole load of glass if they take it to a company that's only going to make glass bottles and jars. If they find anything in there like ceramic stuff from bowls or whatever, they can turn the whole load down. And so contamination is a big problem. It really, really can make a big, and then they don't get as much, they get less money, because it's hard to get rid of. The recycling stuff is like a commodity. Prices fluctuate a lot depending on how dirty stuff is. A good relation to that is when they bring in their corn or their soybeans. Are they clean? Are they dirty? Right.
Are they
wet? Much they're going to get?
Dry?
Yes.
As to what they're going to get. It's kind of the same process with this.
It really is. And before we run out of time, I do want to show you this. This is not something. This purse is made out of film strips, and it was crocheted by some ladies in a cooperative in the Philippines. Most theaters now are digital, so they have all these reels of film, and so now there's a company out in Oregon. They're utilizing these film strips.
And no, I cannot tell what the movie is.
Yeah, you can.
I can if I would really, really look.
Oh yeah, well, but you have to know the movie, Barb. There's definitely people. In fact, one of these is super bad, I guess. One of them's a Legend of the Guardians. Oh yeah, so if you know your movies, you can definitely tell.
You could probably pick it out.
Oh, people can pick it out. Because I've had young folks do it. So anyway,
I'm not a movie person, so you know what? I would not pick them out.
If you had old movies, I am.
There you go.
Or But anyway,
that is really cool.
It is really cool. And there again, we can't put film strips in or CDs or anything like that in the recycling either. But
and this is not film like from an old camera either.
No, this is from reels of film from theater.
Yep, so it's very different.
Yes.
And we don't recycle that here.
No.
So this just to have that completely clear.
So that people know, though, that there are so many things that they can purchase nowadays for gifts out of cool, usable things.
Yeah, that's so cool.
People, if they're interested, they can get a hold of me. I've got some addresses for sites.
And you said the one was the Green Store, right? Green
Toys.
Green Toys.
Yeah. And it's like, oh my God, I want every toy that's on that thing. It is so cute. They are and durable.
Yeah.
They make trucks and airplanes and boats and other dish sets and...
Wow.
It's like unreal.
Yeah.
So I actually, what I'm going to do, Barbara, send you a few of those addresses for sites so that she can share them with folks, because I'm still amazed, and I've been doing this job quite a long time, and I'm still amazed. I'm like, wow, they figured that out? Who would ever thought of it?
Yeah.
I'm lucky if I can figure out what something's supposed to be used for, let alone make something.
What's the process to get something else made?
Really? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a very interesting subject. Very many crafty, inventive people out there, which is great because it makes it very interesting and it's not a boring subject.
No, not at all.
No.
And what about your shoes?
Oh, the shoes. These are made out of something too that you can't put in recycling boxes, but just
here.
So no, not here. They actually would have to be mailed into, to a company, because I'm not sure. These are made out of Tyvek envelopes. Tyvek envelopes, which are those white, and they feel kind of plasticky paper. Yeah, you know which ones I mean. They don't tear. In fact, well, here there's
kind of like that. Yep. These, and see what's inside of them.
Yeah, but you can't put these in our recycling.
Not here.
This is what can be made out of it when it's in the right spot. So I'm like, are you kidding me? So these shoes would be very durable, because Tyvek envelopes.
Oh yeah. Can't rip them.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So just so they know, there's lots of stuff out there, Barb. Lots of stuff.
And it's really, really cool. Now again here, if they're in question about what to recycle, and I think we've got it, the glass, the aluminum, the cans, the paper. Some of the
plastic and some of the plastic stuff.
And some of the plastic. Yeah. Definitely recycle that. Do not deposit diapers.
Oh gosh, no pet waste.
And pet waste,
food waste.
Or food waste does not go in the recycling.
Or no hangers, no wires, no.
What about plastic hangers? Those are
nope.
Because we're back to the plastic bottles.
We're back to where they're
not. Don't take them.
They don't take them at this point. So
right.
Not for us.
Not a process that they can use them.
Not for here.
So Sharon, if they are in question, where do they call?
They can call us at the Lyon County Environmental Office, and it's 532-8210.
8210.
Yep, and I will definitely get you some information. We do have some stuff on the web, which is, lyonco.org.
Yep, lyonco.org, so you can check out there and see what is recyclable.
And the phone numbers are there, and the hazardous waste information is there, hazardous waste information, which is another important subject.
Yeah, that's one we should talk about,
I think we really need to. I think we should do that sometime, because I'll tell you what.
And we should do it out there.
Yeah, we could do it out there too. Yeah. Yes, because I'll tell you what we put in the water and on the ground, in the air, our kids are going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, so. And that's really interesting, because they have a drop-off at Lyon County at the fairgrounds.
Yep.
And it's hazardous waste. And I know with the center, we have done it a number of years ago, and I think we're up for it again, and we've been talking about it. We went and toured the hazardous drop-off, but then behind that, it shows the process of what you guys do to be able to get rid of some of that stuff. Right. And that's a very interesting process.
Well, and there's a lot of stuff that
people don't realize, and the stuff that's in there.
Oh my God.
So that's for another show.
Yes, because it's an important issue.
Yeah.
Definitely important.
We will have to do that.
Yes, I think that's something people need to be more aware of.
More aware of. Well, maybe that'll be in my next show.
Yeah,
go out and see hazardous waste.
There you go. There you go.
It's all good. It's very interesting.
Yes.
So if you have any questions on any of this stuff, you can give me a call, or you can give Sharon a call at 532-8210.
Yep.
and we'd be happy to share the information.
Definitely.
Sharon will send me some websites on things where you can purchase recycled products.
Yes.
So with that, Sharon, I say thank you.
Well, thank you, because this is great.
So
this is what's fun about it.
Yeah.
It is really a fun subject. So
it is really, really interesting. And it's, I'm always so amazed when you come, because there's always some new products.
There's new
and
stuff.
It's like, wow.
Yep, exactly.
Wow. So
Well,
thank you.
Well, thank you.